Hey you guys, welcome back to another vid. This is an old video that I'm posting. I have a whole bunch of them, so I'm just trying to get all of them out before I post the new ones. So this wig today will be it's a curly bond-in wig with where I created my own closure. Not a closure, but I created my own part with the lace using lace glue. Yeah, y'all just saw me showing off my nails. Yep. Okay, first thing first, y'all make sure y'all label y'all mannequins, because some of these mannequins, I've noticed the front and the back look the same. So I had to label it because I was just getting tired of, placing wigs incorrectly. So I just basically labeled it. And I saran wrap it because I'm going to use glue. So I don't want the glue to get on the mannequin head. So I went ahead and saran wrap it also. Make sure you label it. That's something important. Make sure you label your heads, front and back, so you know. Don't say I didn't advise you. And those are my T-pins that I will be using today for, well, not today, at that time, for my wig. So these are the items that you would need. This is, I'm using synthetic hair, which is water curl. And this is one of the, one of the best ones that I've used so far at my beauty supply store that, it is synthetic, but it doesn't really look or feel synthetic. So that was just the best for me. And I've been using it for like 2.5 years. I don't really use straight synthetic. I only use curly synthetic. This is the L-shaped wig cap that I'm going to be using, and you see the lace in the front. So I'm going to create my own part, but I will not be, I will be using the lace glue to do that. This is the bonding glue that I'll be using, the 30-second bonding glue. And last but not least, the lace glue. All this can be found at your local beauty supply store, all of this. Now I'm going to start placing this cap. You got to make sure you use the correct mannequin head. So if your head is a 23, you got to make sure you put it on the 23 wig cap. Don't put it on the 22 and I think it's going to stretch all the way to a 23 when you're done, because it will shape itself to the size once the bonding is done, because the glue will make it tight. So you got to make sure you place it on a correct wig head size, because if you do not, you're going to be stuck with a very small wig, especially if you have a bigger head. So if you're a 21, then you would use a 21. If you're a 21.5, I would use a 22, because a 0.5, use a 22, it gives you a little more stretching room, just in case. And you guys can see the lace right there in the front. I'm going to cut it, but you guys can see that I'm not going to be doing I'm not going to crochet the hair into that. I'm just going to use the lace glue. It's a technique that I've seen from other YouTubers, so I'm going to try that. This is my first time trying it, because I've seen it done. It's my first time trying it, but unfortunately I cannot find that video. A lot of my stuff had deleted, and I recorded that, but I cannot find that video at all. I looked all over, so I guess that's one of the files that deleted. But you will see the ending results and see how it did turn out. So let me quiet down now while you guys watch the video. These are basic placements for bonding. Many of you guys seen videos. People, everybody has their own way of doing it. This is just my way of bonding in my tracks. So I'll be back later. Okay, y'all, I'm back now, and I'm sort of halfway through with this. You know, it doesn't really take long to do it. It only takes probably an hour, hour and a half to bond and everything in. So it really doesn't take long. What took me the longest was when I made the part with the lace glue. That's what took me the longest. But doing this bonding only took like an hour and a half. It don't really take that long, especially if you just keep going straight through it. It don't take that long. And you know, I use a blow dryer to seal the glue because, you know, sometimes the glue doesn't stick all the way. I don't know why, but it does not. And the new bonding glues, I don't know, for some reason, for me, they're very watery. I don't know, they don't stick as fast as the ones that I used to do when I was younger. The ones I used when I was younger, once you place that thing on, that's it. You can't remove it and try to that thing won't, that you cannot remove it. If you tried, that thing sticks, so it felt like it was super glue. A lot of people got bald using that old not lace glue, but the old bonding glue. Now I think they watered it down because it doesn't stick that much. I don't really know why, but I don't know. Anyways, for this, I use the curve technique when I'm doing my bonding. I know some people use it straight across, but me, I use the curve technique because I want more fullness on the side that's gonna have the most hair. So I curve my tracks in the front, as you can see. Like, I do not go straight across. I curve it in the front, and then I swoop it under and go around. And you're gonna see as I place it, I didn't even show a front video, man. I didn't show you guys a front version of what I'm talking about, but you guys can tell by that little piece that you did see where I curved it up and then I went around and then I went to the other side, because I want more fullness on the side that's gonna have the most hair. So I also do it on the other side also, especially if the person is like has a really thin hair in the front. Curving it will hide that for them. Instead of going straight across, it would hide that, and it would create a fullness for them that, you know, they won't have to like try to hide the front. Because, you know, some people be balding in the front, their edges be gone, and they don't want to, you know, you don't want to have to use the black hairspray to make it look like they have hair there. So when you curve it and you curve it in the front, it will hide, you know, the lack of edginess in the hair. You can do it with straight hair and you can do it with curly hair, but you just got to be careful after you do that. You do that to a certain extent and then you continue going straight. I will make another video on that, but for this one I didn't do that. But you can see how my hand went up and then I curved it and then I went across, because, you know, I deal with a lot of clients that, you know, their lack of hair in the front. So, you know, you got to find ways to hide it for them so that they don't have to, you know, try to spray their hair with black hairspray to make it full look thicker. I don't like the black hairspray all the time because it just looks like a whole bunch of magic marker in the front, and some people are heavy-handed with the black spray. You guys should not be using black spray as if y'all coloring or y'all painting something. Like, black spray should be lightly sprayed. But, you know, that's just me. Others, I don't know. Well, let me leave these other people alone. For me, I lightly use black spray, and I rarely use it in the front of the hair. It like the edges. I usually use it on the part, but not the edges. And, you know, it's to each his own. You know, some people like it, some people don't. Most of my clients really don't like the black hairspray because they say it goes everywhere. So I have a couple of clients that do want it. So it all depends on the situation. It all depends. And I'm still here bonding in these tracks. Trust me, this only took me an hour and 20 minutes because the video was only an hour. It was 80 minutes. So it only took me an hour and 20 minutes to do this. It was not that long. Now, the 28 pieces that I need to do, now that's going to take me a little longer. And I have to quickly work on that video so I can post that video up too. That'll be one of the new videos. So you guys continue to watch and I'll be back. Okay, now we at the top. Now this part, this is where I'm trying to get these tracks close as possible and go along in the same direction as that part. You can see the part right there. The lace part, that's where my part is going to be at. And now I have to place the tracks to go in that same direction so that when I do the lace glue, that it will lay flat and will look good. Now you guys can see, you see how I curved it? You see the front? Like, you see how it covers the front? That, like, trust me when I tell you, when you curve it like that, that's best for people that lack of hair in the front. Like, if you, I'm not saying, like, if you bald and you barely got hair on the top, then that's gonna be kind of hard to do. But if you do have hair and then it's just thin in the front and then you want to get, you know, a bond in, then you can go ahead and do that. But you just have to, you know how to place the tracks correctly so that it can hide, you know, so you don't have to do so much work or try to figure out how to hide it yourself. It will just, when you place the tracks will hide it for you. And you can see, you see how close to the front it is? That's, you see that thing, whoever have bad edges gonna be happy. You see how I curved that just a little bit? You see I put it in the tip and I curve it just a little bit, and then I pass it around. And don't use too much tension. The reason why I say that, because with the bonding glue, the tension that you use on that wig cap, that's the tension that's gonna be applied to the wig cap, and the wig cap is gonna get tighter. So don't use so much tension when you're placing the tracks. Just place the tracks normal. Don't do tension like you would do if you're doing a client's hair. Just place it down normal, because you don't want it to be too tight when you place it on your head. And you see I'm just placing it in that same direction because I want it to be as flat as possible when I do the lace glue, because it can't be too bulky, you know. So I have to try to do it as thin as possible and as close as possible, so it can also look full. Because if I do it too thin, when I do the lace glue, when I do the part with the lace glue, it's gonna be very thin on top and it won't look right. And you know, curly hair would not look right if it's extremely thin on top. Like, that ain't cute. Curly hair is meant to be, you know, full and thick, not looking like a little crackhead. No, that's not cute at all. It's gonna look like you're missing hair, like you were running out of hair, and that's not what we about, okay? That's why I try to make sure I leave enough so when I do the top, that is as thin as possible, that it's not too bulky, but I do place some close together so it creates a fullness. There's a difference between bulkiness and fullness. If you don't know the difference, I'll explain that another time. But for this, I didn't want it to be bulky where I have to do the lace glue part at. I wanted it to be full. And as you see, you see how full it is? You see how full it looks? That's how it's supposed to look. So that when you do apply the pieces of hair with the lace glue, it will not look weird, you know, it won't look off, and it won't look like, you know, you're trying to fullen up the part area. You know, this part will create the fullness enough for you, and then when you just place the lace glue with the weave, it will just fall right into play. Trust me, it will. I do need to make another video on how I do the part with the lace glue, but I'm gonna make that video another time, because I want to do this hairstyle again, but with color instead of black. I really like the black. Like, I wore that wig for a while. A lot of people liked it on me too. But next time I want to do it with color. And with this brand, they do not sell it in many different colors, so I'm sorry. They only sell it in like 99J, 1, 2, 4, and 1B30. So those are the only colors that it comes in. And I don't blame it, because synthetic hair be too dry and too plasticky. You don't want something with a lot of, you don't want synthetic hair with a lot of colors, because color's already dry itself, so you wouldn't want that. But I'm almost done here. I'm just trying to place the last of the tracks and make sure they stick. And trust when I say saran wrap your heads, especially when you're doing bonding, saran wrap. You can also do saran wrap when you're doing a sewing. I also leave the saran wrap when I'm doing sewing. I don't keep poking at the mannequin head. Now, if you have one of those plastic mannequin heads, then that's fine. But this one is cloth, so it gets caught up sometimes. So the saran wrap really helps me. I've seen people use a plastic bag. Nah, I don't use a plastic bag. I prefer the saran wrap because I can put it as tight as possible, as tight as I want it. So I use saran wrap. And see, now I'm done. Now I got to do the last track going around. Then once I'm done with that, then that's where I'm going to do the part with the lace glue. But it's not on this video. But I do thank you guys for watching. Any comments, any questions, you can let me know. As I stated before, this is an old video. I made this video in 2017, so this is nothing recent. It's a very old video, and I'm just trying to get all my old videos out because I need to make space for my new ones. So I'm getting all the old videos out. And also, this is also for me to show me, my journey through this life of hair and videos, to see how I can improve and get better. So I hope you guys enjoyed and learned some things from this, because I'm here to teach some things, teach things that I've learned and what I've noticed, and I wanted to teach it with you guys. So thank you for watching again. Subscribe, like, thumbs up, and you guys have a blessed day. Bye.